What's up, everybody? Good evening. Hopefully, you guys can see me okay and everything. I think it might be a little fuzzy connection. But hey, what's up, everybody? This is April, and my channel is under Pisces Moon Goddess, and I'm here to give you your full moon in Cancer horoscope. Yes. So, we're going to be talking about the full moon in the sign of Cancer, which is happening on the 1st of January, right when we start the new year. And there is so much freaking symbolism in this full moon. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm going to get like really like super nerdy in this broadcast with showing you guys what's going on with this full moon. It's like mad nerdy. Okay. So anyhow, just waiting for you guys to come through. What's up, Pisces moon? What's up? Oh, Brown. Oh, hey, what's up, Erica? Satara's here. Hey, what's up? All right. Renee, a 29-degree Cap rising with a Sag moon. Oh, your birthday's on January 2nd. Yes. If your birthday is anywhere near the 1st of January, like even December 30th. I know I have a homegirl whose birthday is December 30th. I don't know if she's tuning in, but this full moon is like really significant for her too. What's up, Wing Star? Brandon, nice to see you. Raina, what's up, girl? Thanks for coming through. All right, so now that you guys are coming through, let's get started on talking about this full moon in Cancer. So, oh, thank you. Whoever said that you liked my shirt. I forgot. It like flew by. But see, the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon. All right. So that's why I'm wearing my moon phases t-shirt, and the full moon is like right smack in the middle. So for everybody that doesn't know, that's unaware, this may be like new to astrology or whatever's, every single sign is ruled by at least one planet. Some of them two, but at least one planet. And I know the moon is not a planet, okay, but it's a luminary. It's a physical celestial body up in the sky. And in astrology, we just shortcut and call everything a planet, okay? So the ruling planet of the sign of Cancer is the moon. So the moon is going to be full in its home sign. Sorry, I'm getting violent with my hands. Mars is in my first house. So I'm just like, today I got time because I've kind of been like that this week, but I'm aware of my energy being intense. So I'm like, woof, woosah. But anyhow, yes. Oh, what's up, Astro Pluto Queen? My homegirl is here. She's also an astrologer. Go follow her on all her social medias. Okay. But anyhow, so the full moon, the moon rules Cancer. So it's going to be full in its home sign, like huge, humongous up in the sky, all in the sign of Cancer. And it's going to be pretty emotionally intense, not only because it's in the sign of Cancer, which if you guys know Cancers, some of you guys are Cancers here, some of you guys know Cancers. You know that Cancers are emotional creatures because they're ruled by the moon. And check out my shirt. You see how the moon, it goes through all these different phases, and the changes in the phases of the moon happen once every few days. The moon changes signs once every 2.5 days. Okay, so as often as the moon changes, that's how often people with the energy of Cancer, they're ruled by the moon, that's how often they change their own like emotions and stuff. That's why they can get a little, you know what I'm saying? Some of them can, trust me, I live with one, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yes, Pluto, Cancer, Sun in the 9th house, crabby and moody. Yes, girl. But see, I'm hoping that 9th house energy makes it a little less crabby and intense as it could be. Yeah, because the 9th house is more like, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to live life. And Cancer energy is like, oh my God, just let it all but cry. Oh yeah, check it out. I got my fuzzy socks on. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm all comfortable. Cancers love comfort. The energy of Cancer is all about comfort, home, security. It's about motherhood. It's about nurturing. Okay, it's feminine energy, divine feminine energy. And man, I have some like really dope info to share with you guys about the significance of this full moon. I can't wait. And I'm going to show you guys the chart, like the actual chart of the full moon, so you can see what it is that I'm talking about, okay? Because I can sit here and talk all I want, but some people are more visual creatures. Like I'm a visual creature too. So I like to see stuff like, you know, the actual chart and all that stuff. What in the mother? Oh my God. See, every time I'm telling you guys, see, I'm not dirty. All right. Every time my husband barbecues, and 'tis the season to barbecue brisket over here in this house. That means all through the holidays. That means he leaves the motherfucking door open. And one of these little creatures always sneaks in, ruins my broadcast. Just get out of here. OMG, where are my chopsticks? Anyhow, speaking of cancers, Lord have mercy. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a chart, yes, because I'm also a visual creature, and as well as like nerdy and, you know, verbal kind of, and numbers and all that. But I'm going to show you guys a chart and show you why this full moon is like super significant. And of course, I'm going to go through every single sign, all of your signs, whether it's sun, moon, or rising sign, and let you know how the full moon is going to affect you, what's going to change in your life. You know what I always find is during lunar events, it doesn't matter if it's a full moon. Usually it's like full moon or new moon, especially eclipses. That is when you will see people, like, just look around on your social media, like maybe even a couple days before a full moon or new moon, a couple days after one of those events. And that's when you will see people make huge announcements in their lives. Like, okay, I've decided that I'm no longer going to do this, or I have a new job, or I'm starting this new venture, or you know what, I cut that ninja off. Like, I am not going to be standing for their crap anymore. I'm breaking up with somebody. Oh, guess what? I'm in a new relationship. Oh, I'm engaged. I'm married. Like all that stuff. I'm starting a new chapter with going back to school. All that stuff happens a lot of times around these lunar events. So yeah, just look at your social media, especially if you know any Cancers or Capricorns. They're the ones that are going to have like the biggest, like most significant changes. You know what I'm saying? Especially Cancers. Capricorns, they may have some announcements to make more based on relationship, but I'll get into all that with your horoscopes, okay, with everybody's horoscope. So this full moon is going to be at 11 degrees of Cancer. So if you guys go back, watch any of the previous broadcasts, I usually do new moons and full moons. For the last at least like month or so, I've been pretty on it. I was on a hiatus for a couple months, but now I'm back on it, okay? But if you will notice, the last couple of lunar events, full moons, were at 11 degrees, okay? So we had a full moon in Taurus, 11 degrees Taurus in, was it November or October? Then we had, November. Then we had a full moon, 11 degrees of Gemini in December. Okay. And now we're going to have a full moon, 11 degrees Cancer. So they were all significant because of the fact that the planet Neptune is at the 11th degree of Pisces. And Neptune is a slow moving planet. So it'll stay around the same degree for like years, right? Or months. And then it takes a long time to, like, you know, get into another sign and everything. So anyway, it stays around the same degree for a long time. So Neptune will be at 11 degrees of Pisces. During the full moon in Taurus and Scorpio, it made a really positive aspect at that 11th degree. And you guys, I know in one of those, I explained to you guys what happened with the 11/11, one of the last full moons. If you start seeing 11/11, it is significant. There are different meanings out there. One of them is, you know, something to do with like, it's angel numbers, and it's to let you know that there are loved ones, spirit guides, or whoever like around you. And you see the planet Neptune, it opens the gateway to the spirit realm. It opens the gateway to the spirit realm. I swear to you guys it is. Like, trust me, like, I know I'm an astrologer and I'm into all this stuff, and everything, but I have a lot of grounded earth energy in the sign of Taurus. And Tauruses, we have to see to believe. We have to like have things materialize in front of us to believe. So I don't just believe a bunch of BS. I have to experience it for myself and feel it. Like, people always talk about 11/11, 11/11, make a wish and all this stuff. And I would always be like, whatever, whatever. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like a thing that people do and they don't really look up the meaning, right? I knew there was something deeper to it. I just never looked it up. Finally, I started seeing 1111, 1111, like the last several months. And I was like, okay, now why am I seeing this? Like, okay, I'm actually experiencing this for myself. So this is real. So like, what is the deeper meaning? I finally looked into it and I was like, oh, okay. And I was going through a difficult time in my life. And I guess it was like, you know, people from the other side, the spirit realm, letting me know that they were around. And then, you know, I told you guys before that, you know, my dad, he passed like almost a month ago. And when he did, there was significant 1111 stuff at that time. And that kind of helped to ease the pain a little bit, to realize that divine timing is real, you guys. Like, it's so real. The numbers, the astrology, all this stuff, it's all connected. It's so real. So the 1111 energy, with it being in correlation with Neptune, yo, it's like super intuitive, super psychic, super like creative. It's really good energy for manifestation, for reals, like really tapping into the energy of another realm, you know, of the unseen. But it's like the unseen, but it's real, but you feel it in your heart and your spirit and all that stuff. So the number 11 opens that up. Neptune at 11 degrees, the moon, the sun aspecting it, all opens that up. So also, what's very interesting about this full moon in Cancer is the fact that 2018, when you add up the numbers 2018, it comes to 11, which they say 11 is like a master number and all that stuff, right? So there's another 11 there. And this is on the first day, 1/1/11 of 2018. That's a trip, right? And when you add up 2018 and then you break it down, 1 plus 1, because it adds to 11, right? So 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2, the number 2 in numerology, at least in, I've studied a little bit of Chaldean numerology from one of my colleagues, Rabina Rastavan. She's also here on YouTube, and she is like sick with it when it comes to tarot, numerology, astrology, all that. So I took her class on Chaldean numerology, and the number 2 vibrates to moon energy, Cancer energy. So all this stuff is like so connected. It's like so freaking dope. So it means that this full moon, it's kicking off a brand new year, and it's got so much Cancer energy within it. And also, at the end of 2018, that's when the lunar nodes, which is, I know it's a little bit advanced for some of you guys, some of my friends who are beginners, you guys don't know what exactly that means, but the nodes of the moon, these calculated points that are really significant in our lives as a collective, and in your own chart, they tell you karmic past and karmic present and future. So they are going to be shifting back from Leo and Aquarius to Cancer and Capricorn axis. So there's like so much freaking synchronicity. It just freaking, it like blew my mind when I started really looking at this full moon. And that's why I was like so hyped to come and talk about it. And usually I do these like on the day of the moons, but you know, it's a holiday, at least here in the US, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And I'm going to be moving, which is another big thing. Cancer energy, moon energy, it rules your home, where you call home. That can mean home within your heart, within your spirit, your soul, and also like your physical home around you. And we just got, to me, it's a short notice as a Taurus, because, you know, we move slow, right? Like we take our time to make significant decisions and huge life changes. Well, we got a notice a few days ago that we have to move. Not like, oh, we're being kicked out. No, the owner of the house we live in is putting the house on the market, so we have to move. And that's another Cancer thing. It's crazy. And I blame it on Saturn squaring my moon. Everybody in my house, we all have mutable moons. Saturn was aspecting all of our moons. So yeah, he threw one last square, bam, at all of us and was like, okay, so new chapter, guys, you got to move. It's like, wow. But that's another Cancer thing, is your home, where you live, how if you're comfortable there. And it's crazy because like And I'm filming in kind of a different spot of this house tonight because of that reason, because I'm looking around and like, oh my God, I don't want to leave my house. Like, it's nice, you know, like it has a dope fireplace. I didn't like the fireplace though, y'all, because I don't want my weave to catch on fire, okay? But it's still very nice. You know, this is a very nice area of the house and everything. And I'm just trying to appreciate it while I'm still here, you know, Cancer energy, like loving where you live, feeling comfortable. Finally, I found that place and we got to move. So whatevs. Yes, girl, Saturn squared all of our moons. I'm a Pisces moon. My husband and his, you know, our son together are both twin Gemini moons, almost the same degree. And then my oldest son is a Virgo moon, like almost the same degree as my moon in Pisces, like opposite. So Saturn and Sag, when it was at those last degrees at 29th degree, remember I told you guys about it in the previous broadcast at 29th degree, Saturn and Sag, it squared all of our moons, bam, bam, bam. Like, okay, guess what, guys? One last thing I'm going to throw at you guys. Like, dang, it's crazy. But anyhow, back to Cancer energy. Cancers and moons and all that stuff, this is all going to be carried into 2018, the vibration of the year for us as a collective, as a whole. So, you know, and because of the nodes of the moon shifting into Cancer, and also Cancer and moon energy is feminine, right? And trip out on this, guys, trip out on this. In 2018, almost all of the outer planets, that means Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, they're all going to be in feminine signs. Isn't that crazy? They're all going to be in either water or earth. Uranus is going to go back and forth between Aries and Taurus because Uranus is crazy on its own. It's like this crazy dude, you know, and he's just going to go back and forth between fire and earth for a little bit. But still, at some point, in 2018, we're going to mostly have those outer planets, and the outer planets, all those planets, they all are the ones that really, like, we as a collective see the biggest shifts that are noticeable between, like, in our world, you know, is those planets, and they're all going to be in feminine signs. So what does that tell you? The divine feminine energy is going to be, I predict, and I'm hoping that this is right, that there's going to be more of it present. And that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, women are going to take over, women humans, you know. No, not necessarily. I mean feminine energy in itself, which is caring and nurturing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about cultivating, because when you put water and earth together, what do? It grow stuff, right? So I'm hoping there's going to be more growth, more togetherness, more, and yeah, maybe some more female leadership or feminine energy leadership in the air, rather than this harsh, like, you know, like masculine stuff. I mean, no disrespect, you know, to the masculine energy. I have some of it too. I have a good balance of masculine and feminine that comes out at the right times, you know. But I'm just saying that, you know, in this world, like, we have all this masculine war and money hungry, like, dominating energy, that it would be nice to have a little dose of the feminine, like, to be a little bit more peaceful, you know. I'm hoping so. Yes, Blue Angel, I'm hoping so too. Okay. I'm hoping it'll bring more peace. Although when I forecast ahead, and all the other astrologers that I know forecast ahead to, like, all this energy in Capricorn, you know, Saturn and Pluto, and then the South Node, and then Jupiter, all this stuff going to be in Capricorn the next few years. Man, watch out for that. But anyhow, there's this year, 2018, we're kicking it off with this feminine, intuitive moon with all this 11 and 2 energy. It's like super dope. So yeah, if you guys can, research the numbers 11 and 1111, and also number 2 in numerology, to kind of get a feel for the energy to tap into in 2018, and what you want to manifest with this full moon in the sign of Cancer. So yes, let me show you guys the chart for this full moon real quick. And my apologies to any of my buddies that are like, who, what, where, like, I don't know what all this stuff is. I'll point everything out and explain it to you in English, okay? So you can hopefully get the symbolism that I'm pointing out to you guys. So let me show the chart of the full moon in the sign of Cancer on January 1st, 2018. Dang, I can't believe we're already going to be in another year. Can you guys? It's crazy, huh? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here is the chart for the full moon. Now I put this for West Coast time, Los Angeles. It's going to be at 6:23 p.m. at that time. And so yeah, this is going to be the chart. So look at, you see the moon is at 11 degrees of Cancer, and then the sun 11 degrees of Capricorn. So full moons, for those who don't know, the moon and the sun, they're in opposite signs. And see, they actually do physically oppose one another. That's why the moon is so lit up and we can see it the way we do during a full moon every month. So as I said earlier, this full moon is going to be making a positive trine aspect to Neptune at the same degree, that 11th degree. But also it's forming a grand water trine. That's what we call it when there's planets in all three water signs: Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Look at here, look at here. So we have Mars and Jupiter together in the sign of Scorpio. So we've got a lot of water energy all up in the mix with this full moon. We also have, you know, Venus is in the mix and Pluto are in the mix too, on the Capricorn side. So, but this is all like very feminine. So it's very feminine. It's very emotional. But it is good, like I said earlier, for like cultivating, manifesting, planting seeds. And I will tell you guys all, like, according to your sun, moon, or rising sign, like where you should plant the seeds in your life. But this grand water trine, I love seeing grand trines, man. They're so dope. Like, it's like an easy flow of energy because it's all the same element. So they all work together. So Mars and Jupiter here. Now, Mars and Jupiter together. Okay, here's the good and the bad. So Mars and Jupiter, Mars is action. Jupiter is woo. It's like full belief in whatever it is that you're doing. Whatever you would like to, whatever your wishes are, like you just jump towards them without doubt or, you know, fear or whatever. So Mars and Jupiter together is really good for taking action towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your, like, if you want to travel, any of that stuff. It's really good for that. However, with this being New Year's Day too, like, I don't know. I just feel like some people might get too tipsy, which is the Neptune and moon, and they'll be emotional and they may act, just jump and fly and act upon their emotions without really fully rationalizing what it is that they're doing. So that is the way not to utilize this full moon energy. Okay. Don't get too twisted and tore back and turned up and lit up or whatever you guys say now. None of that stuff on New Year's Day and find yourself caught up in, you know, some stupidity and some bullshit because you decided to, you know, act on your emotions and, you know, cause a permanent situation out of a temporary moment of feeling. So that can possibly happen around this full moon. Okay. But, you know, it is beautiful for going after things that you want. There may be people just taking the jump and the plunge on emotional decisions that are good, like, you know, maybe engagement. A lot of people do that anyway on the first of the what's it called, the New Year's, like people say with the plural, New Year's. On the New Year's on the New Year's, people tend to do that anyway, like get engaged and all that stuff. But yeah, so that's a very beautiful energy. Just use it wisely, though. Use it wisely. And then here we have the opposition to Capricorn, Venus, Sun, and Pluto. This is a very, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of relationship stuff going on this New Year's Day. Yeah, because Venus rules relationships. Pluto is transformation. It's also a very intense energy. And then the Sun here. So yeah, this is a combination of energies in the sign of Capricorn, which is more grounded and rational and everything. And it's against all this emotional stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're both like feminine. Earth and water are feminine, but Capricorn is more logical. And it's like, hold up, like, let's rise above all this emotional crap and let's think about our decisions first before we actually jump and make them. Or instead of crying, like, how about we figure out what we need to do to like resolve our problems, you know? So it's going to be rational versus emotional for a lot of people for decisions. And I always find that full moons bring some sort of final decision of some sort. And you see how the sun and moon are in opposite signs. It's usually like you got to choose between one thing or another, one person or another, or whatever. So that's why the full moon is usually about some kind of final decision. So yeah, that's definitely what's going on this full moon. And let's see. Oh, Gabby, what's up, Gabby? Gabby says your life path number is 11. Hey, well, you know what? If you have a life path number 11, or you were born with any planets at the 11th degree of anything, then yes, especially if it's in water or earth, then this is a really good full moon for you. Even if you weren't born with those, like, still, it's still going to be affecting one area of life or another. So, yes. Oh, you missed the start. Oh, okay. It's okay. You can catch the replay. You already know. I have the replay of these, and then we get timestamps and all of that stuff. So anyway, now that I'm done with the nerdy scientist stuff, you guys want to get into your horoscopes. So, but first, let's talk about Cancer and Capricorn energy in general, like what they represent. Cancer energy, like I said, it's the moon, it's nurturing, it's motherhood, it's being like mad, uber emotional. Cancer energy, it could be very irrational. I'm just being honest. Like with Cancer energy, they get so flooded with emotions that they just don't even always think about what they're doing before they do it. I witness that all the time with having Cancers very close to me. Okay. I love them. I really do. But that part about them, I'm just like, yo, like I have too much earth in my chart. And I'm like, are you doing? And then they like, can't really rationalize it. They can't really verbalize it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can you just calm down and think with your brain? Like get all those like feelings out of there and actually think. So Cancer energy could be like that sometimes. But of course, you know, it depends. If a person is born with the sun in Cancer and maybe like the moon rules Cancer, don't forget. So if you know any Cancers that are like, they don't really act out like that, well, you need to check what their moon sign is, because maybe their moon is in a different sign that kind of rationalizes things. Like I know several Cancers that have Aquarius moons, and I hardly ever see them cry. They're like the Aquarian aliens, you know, like that. Like that's their reaction to everything. And then when they type stuff out, they put a period at the end. Like you can hear them talking a robotic alien voice, like when you read their texts and when you read their posts on social media. And it's just like, wow, you're a Cancer? Really? Yes, because the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. And if it's in a sign like Capricorn or Aquarius or something like that, they're not really going to act out all crazy like that. Sometimes they will. They still will get loony. They'll loke up still. Okay, don't put it past them. But you know, it depends on the sign that the moon is in, though, if they're a Cancer. But Cancer energy in general, yeah, it's like super emo for the most part. Doesn't always think logically about stuff before they take action. And then Capricorn energy, like I said, it's like super logical, does not let emotions get to them at all, sometimes to a fault. You know, like Capricorn energy is about work. Like we need both. We need the balance of both. Like think of this. Think of Cancer energy is like the mom, right? The mom of the zodiac. Hey, honey, I baked you all some cookies. You know, like that type of mom, like from the 50s TV shows, like that cornball stuff. Okay. That is Cancer energy. Like, I just want to love everyone and find a pet and hold them and squish them and hold babies and all that stuff. That's Cancer. Capricorn is like the dad, like the traditional pops that just always lectures you about everything. It's like they got to tell you how much you do or don't deserve something. If you got an A, say like on your report card, you got like one C and the rest are all A's. The Capricorn pops is going to look at that C and be like, really? Like, what is this? They're not even going to acknowledge the A's. It's like, what the hell? Like, how can I make you happy, pops? You know, Capricorn energy could be like that, kind of strict, kind of drill sergeant-y sometimes. Yes, drill sergeant, that's Capricorn. But we need both energies, just like we need in a home to have balance. We need the maternal and the paternal energy. We need Cancer, we need Capricorn. We need those two energies. So just think about that when you think of the full moon and where these energies land in your own chart. And once again, if you don't know where they land in your chart, you can go to different websites. There's astro.com. There is, let's see, astro.com. I only use astro.com now. So I'm like, wait, what other ones are there again? Cafe Astrology is good if you're an absolute beginner. You've never ever looked up anything astrology in your whole entire life. You don't know what anything means. It kind of gives a little short description of what is what. But then after you read that, if you understand it, then move on to astro.com and some other sites. Okay. But anyhow, there's several of them. Just Google natal chart. Okay. Google natal chart or birth chart. You can look it up, see where those energies land in your chart. Peace out, Erica. We'll see ya. Catch the replay. But yeah, so look up your chart. And don't forget that I also do personal readings of natal charts. I actually have them discounted for the holidays, for the end of the year. So holla at me if you want an interpretation by a professional. But think about the energy of Cancer and Capricorn, what they represent, maternal and paternal, when it comes to this full moon and where it's at in your life. Okay, so before I get to the horoscopes, you guys know the deal. I am a Taurus sun. Taurus rules the throat and the voice. I will lose my voice after talking for so long. So let me take a sip of my lovely tea before I get into all these horoscopes. Yes, Gary, what's up? You are right on time for me getting to your actual horoscopes. What's up, Becca? Hey, thank you very much. So yes, let's go through the signs and talk about how this full moon is going to affect you guys. You know what? It's crazy. Well, I'm getting to my notes. Ever since Saturn entered Capricorn, that's my third house of communication and teaching and speaking and all that. I feel more like pressured, like to be more teacher, scientist and stuff on these live broadcasts and not as much of my like weird self. So if you guys notice a shift in me, that's probably why, you know, why I'm like a little more serious and like, I'm going to teach you today, you know, a little bit more like that, but I'm still weird. I'm still me. So yeah. All right. Cancer, Sun, and Mercury in the 12th house at the 24th degree and 17 degrees, says Hannah. Capricorn's in your 6th house. So Cappy's your 6th house. And then that means that Cancer is your 12th house. So does that mean you're a Leo rising, Miss Hannah? Let us know. All right. All right. So let's get to the horoscopes. All right, so we will start with the sign of Aries. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh my God, this always happens. Poor Aries people. I always cut them off. Okay, what does it mean if you're having a north and south return? Leo, oh, you know what? If you're having a nodal return, and this does have to do with the moon, so I'll answer really, really quickly, but I do have a nodal reading right now for $20 on my website, $20 if you want to know about the details of that nodal return. But if you were born with the north and the south node in certain signs, and then the transiting ones come back around, it's kind of like, I look at it as your personal clock, like, and it's come back around to meet your, like, these angles on your personal clock. And that means, you know how like in the old school clocks, when the clock strikes 12 or something, it rings and stuff, like bing, I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying? I don't know. Mercury's still in shadow and I'm still not me Noah speaky still. But that's how I imagine it. Like the clock comes back around and then it strikes when it hits your natal nodes, if you know what I'm saying. So it is like, that is a time to where there's a lot of significant stuff. I always find personally that that's a time where someone enters your life or someone leaves your life in some sort of karmic lesson. Okay, so that's one thing. Also, it's a time of great, it's a time to like pursue more of your true soul's purpose. And you're going to be revisiting the South Node stuff and tempted to go towards like the negatives of the South Node during that transit. I also have the North Node in Leo, South Node in Aquarius. So I'm speaking from experience. Okay. But yes, if you would like to know more about that stuff, like once again, I have them still on sale for $20. The North Node and South Node reading, where I focus specifically on that for you. Okay. All right, I'm just reading the comments real quick. Ooh, the full moon will be conjunct your South Node. Renee, girl, this is going to be a super duper karmic full moon for you. Yes. Gary, I hear you on that. This, yes, with the shift, especially with Saturn going to Capricorn, Lord have mercy. And Venus conjunct Saturn in Capricorn, that day was crazy. Christmas Day, oh my gosh, like Saturn, Venus and Saturn conjunct in Capricorn. People were bah humbug like a mother that day. Like I know some Capricorns that were off the chain. Like a couple of them, like in my family, were just like off the chain on Christmas. And then I just saw a story today of this dude who was a Capricorn, and he killed his whole family on Christmas. Oh my gosh, I was tripping out. I had to look up his chart. He's a Capricorn. Not saying all Capricorns are killers or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, there's some things about the transits that triggered him, you know, like probably that Saturn and that Venus together, like, because it was his wife. And Venus represents women and like relationships, you know? So anyway, maybe we'll talk about that another time. Maybe I'll do a little case analysis on people and stories and stuff one day. Yes, the vegan chef girl. That dude, he got low to the brain, insane, and did that. Yes, and he's a Capricorn. Very sad story. All right, so sorry, Aries people. Without further ado, let's get into your horoscope. All right, so the full moon in Cancer for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising people, this is happening in your fourth house. Fourth house. All right, so this is on the axis of your fourth and 10th houses. And then the Neptune is going to be in your 12th house. So this is really going to be a full moon that's in regards to like your emotional security, your family life, your home, where you live. So some Aries people, you guys may actually get some sort of notice as well. Like, hey, Aries, you know, you have to start a new chapter in your life as far as your family and where you live. Some of you guys may move or decide to move, you know, with the new year. Watch your social media, you guys. Aries people, you guys might be the ones to be like announcing, guess what? We're moving to another state, to another country. You know, it's going to be making an aspect to Neptune in the 12th house. The 12th house, it does rule faraway places. So yeah, some of you guys, you Aries people, may want to move to a faraway place, to another country, and all that stuff. And there just could be something that you are making a decision about in regards to family and career. Maybe some Aries people may have a decision to where you get like some sort of career opportunity, and then it's going to make you want to move. You have to relocate for it because Saturn is already up there in your 10th house of career, and it's going to be marching around, stomping around up there in your career house for 2 years. Okay, for about 3 years, just about back and forth. Watch my Saturn and Capricorn video if you want to know the exact dates and all that. But you could have gotten a huge responsibility in regards to your job and your career, and that affects your family in return in some sort of way. And it could be like a really emotional decision because of the Neptune involvement. And Neptune is very, very like empathic and emotional and in tune with other people's feelings. And it's in the 12th house, which rules karma that you need to wrap up before you start something new. So for Aries people, oh, Becca says, you were just looking for apartments earlier. Girl, are you an Aries? O-M to the G. Please share with your fellow Rams if this is ringing true for you. But yes, there is a decision made based around that stuff for Aries people. Even if you don't have a family per se, it could just be wherever you live, you decide to change it. And at the same time, it's like something involving career, or something revolving around relationships too, because Venus is involved in the opposition with this full moon. But whatever the decision is, it's going to be very emotional. You need to tap into your intuition and your feelings of what is right, how to make the right decision. Because you may be presented with something that has a lot of pressure involved. Aries can usually operate pretty well under pressure. Aries, you guys are usually ones pressuring people, okay? Some of y'all pressured me last month with the last full moon, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm trying to take my time, and you guys are like, you want to do it or what? You're going to do it or what? The whole world's going to explode if you don't make a decision now. And I'm like, oh my God, Aries, leave me alone. So yeah, you guys may get that pressure from some source. It could be somebody in a position of authority or something like that, that makes you make a decision that's pretty emotional, and you know, it may affect where you live, may affect how you feel comfortable and secure. All right. Oh, Becca just verified. Yes, she's an Aries. Well, good luck, Becca. I really hope you find a decent place. And A Sturk says, Aries moon, I just decided to move out from my apartment with my Cancer roommate. Too many feels in a roomie. I hear you on that. Cancer energy, you know, whenever Cancer energy is in a mood, like if you know a Cancer, you live with a Cancer, when they're in one of their little moods, like, you know how the moon changes, like I said earlier, when they shift from one to the other, like one of these moon phases up here. And if it's like a negative one, you will feel it. Like if you're an empath yourself, if you got a lot of water energy or something, like you will feel their bad energy, you know? I just had to tell a Cancer the other day, yo, I know you have an attitude. I know you're holding a grudge. And they were deny. And I was like, your energy doesn't lie. Like when you're upset, it seeps out of you. Like your energy is just like, oh my God, it's like suffocating. Like like it could be felt in the house by other people who are empathic. Okay. So don't try to lie. All right. And it could just really smother you if a Cancer is upset. Like they just give off this energy. So yeah, I understand what you're saying on that. A Sturk, yes. So next up is Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. How's the full moon in Cancer on the new year affecting you guys? So this is happening for Taurus. This is in your third house. So the third house is your siblings. It's your neighborhood, around the way. I like to call it around the way. It's also like, let's see, for Taurus, the third house, it's also communication, and it's teaching, it's learning some skills, it's all that stuff. And oh, Gary says your moon conjunction ascendant, you can't be alone Cancer for too long. I hear you on that. One of my best friends is a moon in the first house, and she always tells me when she lives with a Cancer moon, and it's like so difficult. Like she says his moods, it's like they fumigate the house, and she feels it right away with being a first house moon. So yes, I hear you on that. But Tauruses, third house stuff will change. There could be a decision based around siblings, or like also for Taurus. Oh yeah, I'm a Taurus. The neighborhood that you live in. So some Tauruses may be moving. I mean, I'm moving, so you know what I'm saying? But also decisions around your education, Tauruses, like whether or not you want to take a serious like set of courses, like a serious like, you know, get little certifications for things, or do you want to go to like, say like a larger institution for learning something? It could be that. And then let's see, Neptune is going to be in your 11th house. So this is more of like a social thing, like a social decision for Tauruses. It could be whether or not you want to travel somewhere, like a long distance or a short distance. It could be also your sense of like how you think, and your sense of optimism, like your ability to turn things around, and think fast, or really think long and hard about things, and really logically about things. You know, there's some decision based around that. For some Tauruses, sometimes a full moon in the third house, I would say to be very careful with driving, because the third house, it does rule traveling around your immediate vicinity, your area where you live, and all of that stuff. And Neptune's energy could be cloudy. And like I said, that Mars and Jupiter is in the mix. So that could be just jumping and making decisions on a whim based on emotion. So be very careful. Don't be driving crazy, Taurus, on the new year, the full moon. Just don't do it. Don't do it anyway, but still, you know, you guys are more susceptible to a full moon, like an event happening to you based on traveling, driving, whatever, you know, so be careful. Some of you guys may actually make a decision to get a new car for some Tauruses. That could be cool. A new way of communicating with others. Some of you guys may be starting a brand new project on social media. Yes, I plan on doing that as a Taurus. You guys will see the stuff that I'm going to launch very soon. But launching something on social media, because the third house could be media. That's how you communicate with others, which could be social media. 11th house, where Neptune is at, we're just making an aspect where the portal is being open to that 11 energy. 11th house rules the internet, rules reaching large groups of people. So for Tauruses, it's a good time to launch something that's very creative, that is revolving around media, communication, and all of that stuff. Maybe some website stuff, some blogs. You know what I'm saying, Taurus? Could be some good stuff for you guys. So next up is Gemini. Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. How is the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys on the 1st of the year? So this is happening for Geminis. This is in your 2nd house. And the 2nd house is your money. All right. Or as some people always comment, shmoney. That's like a new thing, right? The shmoney. This is happening in your house of the money, your earned income. So this is the income that you earn based on your own efforts. So that means your job. So for some Geminis, you guys may make a decision based on work, on where you work, how you make your money. And Neptune is, you know, the moon's making an aspect to Neptune in your 10th house of career, okay, in Pisces. So for Gemini people, yeah, this could be a decision to where you maybe like you decide to change jobs because maybe it's not paying you enough. The 2nd house also rules your values, your self-worth. So maybe you feel like the place where you work isn't paying you enough. It's like not paying you your value with how much you put into your job. So you guys make a decision to bounce and find a new one. So yeah, I hope you guys do. And also this could be a decision that's based around, you know, the 8th house where the sun and all that stuff is hanging out in Capricorn. You got a lot, like mad energy up there in your 8th house in Capricorn. The 8th house, it is money that you receive from other people. That can mean joint income. That can mean if you are married or you're partnered with somebody or you live with somebody, Gemini, this could be the money that you guys share together. The money, the financial responsibilities, all of that stuff is 8th house. 8th house sometimes is like joint assets. And I know children are human beings. They're not an asset, okay? But still, I always see custody and divorce and all that stuff involving with like dividing up like the children and all that stuff is 8th house as well. So you guys may make a decision based on that. Maybe you guys have to let go of a source of income you were receiving that was other than your paycheck. And you've got to depend solely upon yourself. And you got to make a decision that really does something to like boost your career. Because also the Mars and Jupiter conjunction for Gemini, this is in your 6th house of work. So there's a grand water trine between your career house, your money house, your work house, and then there's the other people's money house. So what you gonna do, Gemini? What you gonna do? Yes, Gary is a Gemini rising, I think, if I can remember, and says he's planning to start looking for a job to start his career this year. This new year, yes, he is, and he better get it. Yes. All you Geminis, better work. Okay, literally, it's about work. So yeah, you guys may see some huge changes that come about or a decision where you guys may make a decision like, I can't take this job anymore. Or maybe for some of you guys, I mean, knock on wood, but I'm just telling the truth. Maybe some of you guys may have a layoff. But if that happens, just know that the gateway, like the portal is being opened to something better for you. And you'll have, you know, people looking out for you, like from the other side, giving you guidance. If you listen to it, I know Geminis always have like 15 million tabs open up here and all these voices going in your head all the time, but listen to your intuition. Listen to the intuitive messages you may be receiving from loved ones who passed on, from your dreams, you know, the spirit realm, all that stuff if you believe in it. And don't think that it's evil and the devil or none of that. No, it's not all like that. Listen to your intuition, Gemini, when it comes to these career decisions. And maybe you can bring yourself more money, more resources to you. So best of luck to Gemini people. And so next up is Cancer. Yes, Cancer. Cancer. Oh, Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. This is a full moon in Cancer, your sign. There's definitely some relationship stuff popping off for Cancers. And I'm like crossing my fingers because like I said, I'm married to a Cancer and I'm like, I don't need him to get all cray. Okay. I won't give him a reason to, but still, sometimes the moon phases change out of nowhere. And it's like, really? Like, where's this coming from? So anyway, Cancers, this is something that is just life-changing for you in general. And it could be something that involves maybe getting into a relationship that makes you feel more happy, more secure. Like maybe that relationship opens doors within your heart to where you feel like you're so much more alive, you enjoy life, and it makes you feel like you can do anything. And then therefore you can go after more goals. Not saying that you have to have a person in your life to like complete you or make you whole or make you be able to make decisions for yourself. No, I'm just saying that's one of the possibilities. Cancers do, generally speaking about Cancer energy, does like partnership, does like to work together, because the opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. Capricorn energy is about being that power couple. You know what I'm saying? Being that Jay-Z and Beyonce type of power couple. I know everybody's tired of hearing about them, but no, like that's what I think of, like who people idolize when they think of a power couple. Two powerhouses that are like they already have things going for themselves, and they get together and they build an even bigger empire together. So Cancer energy digs that. So I'm just saying that could be a possibility for some of you guys. For some of you, it could be, it could be something that you open your heart and your mind to, because we have Neptune in your 9th house. That is the house of inspiration. And Neptune also, in a sense, rules inspiration too, like creative inspiration, intuitive inspiration that you receive. And then we have the Jupiter and Mars conjunction in your 5th house, which is whatever makes your heart jump, whatever makes your heart glow. It rules the heart chakra. If you guys are into the chakras, it's ruled by the 5th house. So it's like something you get inspired by, Cancer, and you just jump and you go after it. And it could affect relationships. Maybe it's something that you want to do, but a partner doesn't agree with it because of that opposition to all the Capricorn stuff. But you have to make a decision. Are you going to go with your heart, with what you want for you? Because this is a moon in your sign. So a lot of times people get a new attitude, like that Patti LaBelle song, when there is something that's a shift in their own sign. So for you guys, Cancers, it could be that. It could be you feel a shift. You want to go after something and your heart really wants it. It's something creative. It inspires you. It makes you like feel so good. But there's your partner that's sitting there like Capricorn, arms folded, like, what is this? What are you going to do? Oh, this doesn't sound logical. It doesn't sound rational to me. You're just going after what you feel. And Cancers, that's how you guys live your lives, is going after what you feel. So it could be a partner opposing what you do. But hey, the full moons are all about that opposition, but it's all about meeting in the middle to find a middle ground. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what you guys can do. Find that middle ground so you can still have a happy relationship, but still go after what makes you happy too as an individual. So that's what it could be for Cancer people, or just in general, your life could change all the way around. It's a brand new year. The year vibrates Cancer energy, feminine. So just bask in it, Cancers. Figure out how you can make a difference in this world, like how you can bring more of the beautiful, nurturing, feminine Cancer energy to the collective too. You know, we really need you guys in 2018. So yes, that's it for Cancer. So next up is Leo, sun, moon, or rising. How is the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys right on the first of the year? So for Leos, this is in your 12th house. This is like Leo magic here, okay? Because the 12th house is it is a house of magic and inspiration too, and imagination and creation and fantasy, and Leos can dig that, all that stuff. So this is where the moon is at. And then the sun is in your 6th house of work and of being rational and being like all about your routine and your job and being in that hamster wheel, doing the same thing day after day. And then it's making an aspect to Neptune, which is happening. Neptune is in your 8th house, which is very emotional, deep, spiritual, like soul bonding energy. And then it's also making an aspect to Mars and Jupiter in your 4th house. So there's all your water houses are lit up. It's all your water houses which rule your emotions versus a rational earthy house, which is, like I said, logic and like really being grounded in your decisions and just going after what you know, like going with what you already know, with the tried and true, the routine and all that stuff, right? So Leos may get inspired to do something and go after something that they're feeling, that's based on their feelings, but then there's that rational side. Maybe you guys want to do something, like you want to take a trip. You want to take a trip somewhere that really really like brings a new experience to you, that's a soul experience, but you have to work, like you've got a job, it's hard to get that time off. Where the moon is at is your house that rules time out for yourself, Leo. And Leos are all about that self-care, that pampering, all that stuff, doing the face mask and the foot massage and, doing all that stuff, do the nails, all that stuff. Leos are totally, generally speaking, Leos are into anything self-care. Maybe not necessarily those examples I gave, but you guys are all about pampering yourself, taking the time out. So this full moon is maybe telling you that you need to do a little bit more of that. Maybe you guys have been working hard. You've got all this energy in Capricorn in your work house. Maybe you got bosses on your back telling you, like, Leo, you have to work. Okay. And you're like, oh, I am so badly in need of a manicure. I watched Coming to America the other night. On Christmas, I watched Coming to America. There's that part where like Simi's like, I'm in badly in need of a manicure. That just reminds me of Leo. So Leos, you guys may feel that way. So you may need to do something to take the time out to take care of yourself and do it for your spirit and your soul. Maybe you guys have been doing too much, and you need a break. So you know what I'm saying? So Tara says that she could definitely use some R&R. Yes, girl. Get it with this full moon. Cancer energy is about home, being comfortable. So, and it's water energy too. So take some time out near water. Take one of those really dope baths, Leo, that's like got the rose petals and there's one of my homegirls who does astrology, and she does like all these potions and like mystical elixirs and all this stuff. True Brilliance. If you guys don't follow her, she is also here on YouTube. She has a channel with a lot of dope content. She has a website, queensandthrones.com. She makes these elixirs that you put in your bath. It's like goddess stuff, like for real. Even dudes, you can get in touch with your inner feminine and goddess and all that, okay? And it's not, what do they say, suspect or whatever. You can get in touch with that stuff too. And out of doing this, out of taking that time out, Alex says he likes rose petals. Alex, you're a dude, right? It's all good. It's all good. Out of doing stuff like that, getting in touch with yourself in that way may come some inspiration that really helps you guys in every area of life to make some great decisions that maybe aren't like so just like jump and fly based on emotions, but the rational and the emotional, it's about balancing it out with the full moon. So taking time out, you can clear your mind and you can make some better decisions, and you'll feel refreshed too. And then, your nail and all that stuff will be looking on point. You won't have the short nail and not have the boyfriend. Okay. So you get the flower for $5. Get all that stuff, Leo, all that stuff with this full moon. Oh, Gary says he loves him some roses. Yes. Also, the 12th house, it can be like wrapping up old karma. There could be some emotional stuff that comes out, Leo. I'm not going to lie. Some emotional stuff that may not be pretty. And full moons really like elevate the levels of our emotions, elevates the levels of water within our bodies and on the earth too. So water in astrology, the water element, it rules the emotions. So yes, emotions will be on high with all your water houses lit up. And there could be some stuff maybe from like childhood or your past or whatever that comes up that you may have to face again and think about and everything. But it's also the house of release and let it go and wusa Leo. All right, so next up is Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. How's a full moon in Cancer affecting you guys? So this is happening in your 11th house. And your 11th house, which is friendships, that's your groups of people, that's your fellow aliens, that's your tribe for Virgo people. So the people that you relate to the most, that could be your friends you hang out with, that could be the people on your social media networks. If you belong to any groups of any particular type, you know what I'm saying? That is those people too. Yeah. Tina, your boyfriend had a layoff from his good job. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. What sun, moon, or rising sign is your man's, Tina? Let us know in the chat. But yes, for Virgos, there's something. This is also like a social thing for Virgos. This full moon is going to be very social. Let me explain why in a second. Because Leo, we have the full moon in your 11th house of friends. We have, what is this? Oh my God, go away. Anyway, we have the full moon there in your 11th house. We have the sun and all that stuff in your 5th house for Virgo people. And which is, you know, that's kind of, sometimes it's dating and it's romance. Getting out and doing fun things with people is the 5th house. And then we also have Neptune in your 7th house, which is one-to-one with other people, conversations, relationships, all that stuff. So, and then let's see, Scorpio is your 3rd house. So we've got all your social houses are like lit up. So this is a very important decision for Virgo people that's based on who you chill with, who you hang out with, who you kick it with, who you talk to all the time. It could be involving relationships. It could be also a social media thing for Virgo people. Like if there's any Virgos out there, Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, you guys want to do something like launch something on social media, this could be a good full moon for that. Start off the new year, 1/1, you know, launch a new website, because we got the full moon in your 11th house, that rules the internet. And like I said, the 3rd house is also media and conversations and stuff. 7th house, one-to-one conversations, relationships. Yeah, I'm repeating myself. My bad, Virgo. And I know Virgos, that irks them for people to repeat themselves. But anyhow, yes, launching something on social media, making a decision. Maybe you make a decision to like let go and cut off some people. It could be that too, Virgo, but it could be for your own good. Because maybe you belong to a group that just, you don't really resonate with them anymore, with what they represent, the messages that they're going to put out. It's not really like your thing anymore. So you may want to kind of like disconnect from them and go off and do your own thing. And also the 5th house is involved, which is also in like the 5th house can represent sometimes startups, like startups of business or having a creative venture that you turn into a business, because the 5th house is, like I said, the hobbies, what gets your heart chakra glowing. A lot of times hobbies are what really makes your heart happy, you know, like that's why you do them, right? So for Virgos, it could be turning something like that into a business. There could be something involving like decisions based around your children too, Virgo, or maybe like you don't know whether or not you still want to be in a relationship with somebody. Maybe you need something new and exciting when it comes to the romance, when it comes to the, you know, the romantico stuff. Okay. Like that's what you guys may need. And maybe somebody's just not giving it to you. Maybe you're finding it somewhere else. Maybe you found it in a friend, you know, I don't know. There's just a few different scenarios that can happen with this full moon, but it's definitely a social one. It's definitely based on you and other people, how you relate to them, how you're communicating. And yeah, once again, great for launching stuff to do with business and with social media, especially for Virgo people. Yes. So next up is Libra. Libra, sun, moon, or rising. How is the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys? So this is happening in your 10th house. This is the 10th house. This is career. This is the home versus career axis. And then there's also the energy of Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio, which is in your second house of your earned income. And then we've got Neptune in Pisces, which is in your sixth house of work. So this is a decision for Libras, just like your opposite sign, Aries. This is all about work for you guys, work, career. So Gary, you kind of have like a double thing going on if you're a Libra and also you're a Gemini, a double Gemini. Yes. So this is definitely something about career and work. So anyhow, the full moon is in your 10th house. So this could be you guys also have some kind of decision to where you've gotten some sort of really dope opportunity at a job or like for career advancement. But then again, what about your family? Maybe they are like not really digging your decision, or maybe it kind of affects your relationship with them or where you guys live. And there's going to be an adjustment there. And it's like, you know, you got to meet in the middle some kind of way to make yourself happy, make yourself, you know, allow yourself the advancement, but also don't forget about your family or where you live or whatever. And also, like I said, there's the positive aspect to Neptune in your sixth house, and then, you know, Mars and Jupiter in your second house, money and jobs. So this is a triangle happening. Like, it's very, very potent energy for making some kind of job change decision. There can be some confusion. There can be some very emotional based decisions made, Libra. Some of you guys may decide you're just going to up and quit. Like, you're just going to up and quit. It just doesn't resonate with you anymore. But with all the intuitive energy and then the trine energy, which is very positive, you could possibly still find something good. You know, I'm not encouraging you guys to just say, F you, F you, F you, you're cool, F you, I'm out, and just do that on a whim without even having a backup plan. No, because remember, we still have the sun, Venus, Saturn, all this stuff in Capricorn, Pluto, all in Capricorn as a part of this full moon that's telling you to be wise with your decisions. Don't let it all be emotionally based. So for Libras, yeah, there's definitely a career change, definitely could change your family life, where you live. But it could be something that's a decision that's a lot better, like work environment for you guys too. One that, because with Neptune transiting your sixth house, that means that you guys are very sensitive to the people around you at work. Like, if people around you have a negative attitude, their attitude is just stank, okay? Like, Libras, you will pick up on that. You'll be super sensitive towards that and just be like, oh my gosh, like, you'll be asking the boss to move you, okay? And if they don't do it, it can just really get to you. Like, their negative energy will seep within you. So yeah, ow, stabbed myself with the pin. My bad. But anyway, yeah, so Libra, definitely a decision to change something about how you're making your money, your work environment, your career title, and your home. All that is lit up. So I wish you guys the best of luck. Let's see. Gary says you dropped all your friends except one. Interesting. Tanya says Libra rising with the Libra bestie. We've been working more than spending time with family and friends. Yes. Have your family and friends actually been like getting on you guys about it as Libra people, Tanya? Let us know. Yeah, I know. I have a son who's a Libra and he works and he wants to work more hours. And I'm like, go ahead. Okay. So he's volunteering himself for more hours. So I don't know. Hopefully he gets them. Yes. So next up is Scorpio. Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. How is the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys? So this is happening for Scorpios. Hold on. Oh yeah, in your ninth house. Duh. Hello, I'm a Scorpio rising. Oh my God, it's getting late. My bad, my bad. Okay. So this is happening in your ninth house. So this is the ninth house where the moon is at. This is going to be kind of a social thing for us Scorpios too. So we've got the moon in the ninth house. We've got the sun and all that Capricorn stuff down there in the third house of communication and media and all of that. And then we've got Neptune is in our fifth house of creation and inspiration. 2 is the fifth house, okay? And what makes your heart, you know, glow and all that stuff. And then we've got the aspects to Jupiter and Mars in our sign. Yes, so Scorpios are feeling like super mad inspired with this full moon. I mean, like, we will be feeling on top of the world, like we can do anything, okay? So for Scorpios, it's a good time for us to launch something too. Now, of course, like I said, make sure there's some rationality within your decisions, Scorpio, all right? It's not just all based on emotion, just jumping and flying and not thinking, not planning. But see, Scorpio energy is pretty cautious within itself. So we might be good. We might be good on that. But still, like, normally we're really cautious, but with an influence of Mars and Jupiter hanging out in our sign, we do kind of feel like, I don't know, let me know if you're a Scorpio or Scorpio rising or Scorpio moon. Let me know if you've been feeling lately like you really just want to jump and go after things and you haven't always been thinking. All you know is that arrow of Mars is pointed at Jupiter stuff and Jupiter's cheering it on like, yeah, go get it. Let's get it, you know, and not even always thinking clearly, just like, you know what you want. You just want to just jump, you know? So that could be good or bad, depending upon what it is that we're doing, of course. But as far as goals, like the ninth house where the full moon, where the moon is going to be at, that's all about your goals, Scorpio. That's like your sense of optimism. It's your experiences, like really big life experiences, the ones that make you have a big old smile and want to come back and tell everybody, if I could do it, you can do it too. All of that stuff, right? That's the ninth house. So some of us may be planning on traveling because there's Jupiter in our sign, and then there's the sun, the moon in the ninth house. The ninth house rules traveling long distances, and then the sun is in the third, which is short distances. So we may be making some travel plans. Actually, yeah, one of my sons is like telling me something about making a decision revolving around traveling somewhere later this year. Like, he wants us to really make that decision. So I do kind of have to make a decision like that with this upcoming full moon, something based around travel. But I love travel. It's dope. So it's not like a bad thing. But also this could be some Scorpios are becoming teachers or more of teachers, or you guys want to learn more about some stuff because of the Saturn in the third influence and stuff. You know what I mean? So it could be a decision like, do you want to go back and start relearning some things, or learn something new for Scorpio people? So it's a decision that's based on that. Like, do you want to attend like long-term classes, get on like, what's it called? A track? Not that kind of track. Okay, you guys, I see you. But you know how when you go to college and they tell you to pick a track to follow of classes? That's what I mean. Not the sugar-free kind of track, okay? But anyway, that like you follow a path of like the classes that you want to take. Do you want to do that long term, or like, oh, you know, I just want to get certified this, that, and the other? Let me tell you guys, I'm a Scorpio rising, so this is like ties into this as a personal experience. There's a class that I purchased like a couple years ago now on asteroids, and I still have yet to even like turn in my work. The teacher's cool. He's local. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can do it at any time at my own pace, but I still haven't even turned it in to get the certificate for my asteroid studies. And I'm thinking with this full moon, like, it's got me thinking about finally doing that. I'm not really one for certificates and degrees and stuff like to really matter. I'm more about experience. But I'm like, it'll still be cool to have. Maybe I'll finally do that. That's like a third and ninth house axis thing, like the learning, the teaching, and all that stuff. So yeah, Scorpios, we're making decisions about that, making decisions about travel, just life experiences that we've never had before. We want to get outside of around the way, which is the third house, do more ninth house stuff, do more Jupiter stuff, get out of our city, our state, our country, okay? Just get out, experience life, you know? Meet some new people. Eat some good foreign food and all that good stuff. So that's what it is for Scorpio people. So now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Let me take a sip real quick and I'll get to Sag. So So Gary says he has Mars, Venus, and Pluto in Scorpio, and he wants to jump. I hear you on that, Gary. Just remember the Capricorn rationality, okay? And remember how Capricorn is a sign of punishment and discipline. So if you don't do the right things and you just jump and fly, like Capricorn energy may look at you like, you're stupid. Like, what are you doing? You didn't think about that? Gonna smack you on the hand with the ruler, boy, okay? Yes. Ms. Mel says, so much big energy, having angst over maximizing it. I feel you on that, Ms. Mel's. I really do. Hey, what's up, Cassandra? Thanks for popping through. I'm on Sagittarius now. I'm going to get some wool tattoo. I know I have all these different teacups. You guys know me. Anyhow, next up is Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. How's the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys? The beginning of the year, how's it affecting you guys? So this, for Sag energy, this is in your 8th house. This is in your 8th house. So this is like the fire signs. You guys are having some emotional stuff go on. You know, some really deep stuff come to the surface with this full moon. So for Sagittarius, this is the moon in your 8th house in Cancer. Oh, man, that is like mad intense. But it's not all bad. And we have the sun in Capricorn in your 2nd house. So there's that money axis there. The money is highlighted, okay? And then we have the trine aspect to Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio, which is your 12th house. That is wrapping up old karma. That is going under the radar, being alone so you can think about things and make your own plans for the future and all that good stuff. We also have Neptune hanging out in Pisces, which for you guys is your 4th house. The 4th house is your roots, your home, your security, and all of that stuff. So, oh, peace out, Miss Mel's. We shall see ya. We'll see ya in the next one. So for Sagittarians, wow, this is some deeply emotional stuff coming out for you guys. And I know Saggies, you guys are the sign of don't worry, be happy. You don't like negativity. You guys are the runaways of the zodiac. That's what I call you guys. You guys will take off, okay? Like if you don't like something, if there's a situation that's difficult, a lot of Saggies I know, that's when you guys will take off and you'll travel. You're like, oh, I know how to resolve this. I'll just travel and get out of town. And then when I come back, the problem might be gone. Yeah, so Saggies, I call you guys the runaways. But this is stuff you don't really want to run away from. This is stuff you really do want to face. You want to face it, look at it from like a logical point of view as well as emotional. And, you know, there may be some things you guys do have to release that's emotional. Hannah says, what if one has a natal moon in Cancer, Sag, Sun, and Rising? What will be the full moon's effect? Well, then, Hannah, you will check Sag and also Cancer, and it really will affect both in the different ways, but at the same time, you know, they may be contradicting, but it's still going to affect both of those areas of your life. So you would check both signs. So yeah, for Sag, full moon in the 8th house, this could be something in regards to, yeah, Brother Jerry says they don't like drama. Yes, I hear you. At Saggy stuff. Yeah, Saggies don't. So anyway, Sag, you guys may have some stuff like that has to do with any type of connection that you have on a really emotional level or like really deep soul bond level with another person come to the surface. So it could be ending something. It could be ending a deep soul bond with another that could be intense. But Saggies, like I said, you guys are, don't worry, be happy. I mean, you guys know how to turn situations that are not very positive into something positive. And you guys, like I said, you guys can just, oh, well, la, 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 you know, I'll go off into the forest and start shooting arrows somewhere. You know, like you guys can do that rather than just sit there and cry. But you guys may need to actually sit there and cry. Cry it out a little bit, you know, just a little bit, get it out for a sec, then take off, okay? So, oh, Tanya, this is your moon, Sag, yes. So anyhow, for Saggies, You guys may experience something actually that has to do with your income as well, because we do have the energies of the moon and the sun and all this Capricorn stuff. It's on the axis of your earned income versus the income you receive from other people. So you guys may be actually cutting off somebody. Like if anybody has been depending upon you, because this is also making an aspect to Neptune in your fourth house of family, which, you know, it's a trine, it's good, it's positive, but it's still bringing that energy out. It's highlighting it. So for some of you guys, you may have had family take advantage of you, borrow money from you, never pay it back, always ask you for favors, don't really return the favors, all that type of stuff, Sag. And maybe you may have to cut them off, because the eighth house can also at times rule codependency. That means you being codependent upon others or others upon you. It's also the house of borrowing money. That's why it could be codependency, because trust me, I know some eighth housers, and no offense, but just being honest, they are some of the signs that can like always be depending upon their family for money and thinking like they don't really have to do much to earn their own, and or money from like the government, or like they're always having lawsuits and settlements like going on, and it's like, yo, like, you know, and that's how they live. Some people do. So not saying that you guys do, Sag, necessarily, but a full moon in the eighth house could be cutting somebody off, some source like that off. Okay. That could be for some of you. For some of you guys, it could be like you guys come to a really emotional decision, and it does involve family and where you live, but maybe it's good. Maybe it's like some therapeutic thing that you guys finally release and let go of, and that way you heal, because Neptune in your fourth house of family is a very sensitive area. Maybe you have like some things that are unclear within your family life, or some like relationships, like the lines get kind of blurred and foggy. You know what I mean? Like you don't have the best relationship with some people in your family. So maybe this could be like finally letting them know, like, look, I was hurt by you back in the day in 1980 something because you did this, this, and this. And you let them know, you know, and it's like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. And like being, you let go of that trauma, that eighth house, then the fourth house could be repaired. You know what I'm saying? And in return, the second house where the sun and all that is at, your self-worth and your self-value goes up because you let go, you know. It could be some stuff based around that, but it could just be money, money, money for Saggies. You guys can win a settlement. You guys can receive an inheritance. You guys can have something finalized and concluded with taxes, or maybe some of you guys could have something go on to where you guys finalize a divorce or some kind of like alimony thing, or, you know, something like that for Sagittarian people. So best of luck to my Saggies. It could be emotional, but you guys, you'll make it. You'll make it. After you get through that, then maybe you can take off and travel somewhere to make you feel better. All right, next up is Cappies. Oh, Cassandra, you're a Cappy sun. What's up? Oh, thanks, HFTL. On point. Okay, good. I'm glad you resonated. So next up is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How's the full moon in the full moon in Cancer? How's it affecting you guys? My bad. So Cappies, this is your opposite sign. This is relationships. Kimberly says she is a Cap Sun, Aries Moon, Aquarius Rising. This full moon may really affect you. Yes, girl. Make sure you pay attention to Cappy, which I'm doing now. Go back to listen to Aries, and then also listen to Aquarius next. Aquarius and Capricorn will be the most accurate for you, the rising and the sun, and then it'll be the moon. So Capricorns, this is in your relationship house. This is the seventh house. So you guys could have some type of relationship beginning or ending. You guys can also, there's also an aspect to Mars and Jupiter and Scorpio. And Scorpio for you guys, your 11th house of friendships and groups and your fellow aliens and your peoples in them. And then we also have the aspect to Neptune and Pisces, which is your third house of around the way, your neighborhood, your city, and also your siblings, and just communication in general. So this is like a social based full moon for Capricorns. It could be that you discover something to do with friends and people around your way that affects your relationship. Maybe you discover something about like a friend that makes you kind of, you know, look at them in a different way. Like, you know what, maybe we can try out this little, you know, this little relationship thing. Like, you could be my boo, you could be my bae, you could be my whatever you guys use nowadays for relationship terms. You know, you could be that. Like, we can try something out. Maybe you meet somebody while you're out and about for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, Capricorn, and it can turn into something, you know, but you meet them amongst a group of people that you already know. That's the 11th house where Mars and Jupiter are at. And you just want to go for it because you think they're dope. And this is the moon. It's in your 7th house of relationships. So it could be bringing a decision revolving around that. This can also mean, I would say, to watch your communications with people, Capricorn, just because of the aspect to Neptune in the 3rd. And like I said, it's a positive aspect normally, but it's still activating the Neptune in the 3rd, which can mean cloudy communication. And then you guys have Venus in your sign conjunct the sun. Hello, and Pluto. Oof, you know what? This is Capricorn is being like mad, super crazy attractive right now. Like, you guys, oh my gosh, like, people are going to be intense. Cappies, I would say for you guys to watch out for like stalkery people with the conjunction of Venus and Pluto in your sign, because like along with the sun in your sign, excuse me. Yeah, watch out for stalkery people because you guys will be looking good, okay, to everybody else. Capricorns with Venus, oh my gosh. And Pluto is intense. Pluto is like hidden and people being obsessed with you, obsessive behaviors and stuff. So be careful of the stalkers. But it's still going to be something that changes in regards to your relationships, how you communicate with people. And, you know, maybe something changes within your friendships that affects your relationship or vice versa. Like I said, it's just all like this social energy, but mostly it's concentrated within that relationship house. So some Cappies may be making announcements. I am married now. I'm divorced. I'm engaged. We broke up. We just started dating. Like all that stuff. Capricorns are probably going to be some of the main people making those announcements. So good luck to you, Cappies, with all of that relationship stuff popping off. Yes. So next, so Hannah says that she's a Cancer sun in the 12th house and a Leo moon and rising. Godmother is giving you her house. That is very interesting. Interesting. Thank you for your input. Wow. All right. So next up is Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. How is the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys? So for Aquariuses, this is in regards to work too. All the air signs are experiencing some changes in career and work with the full moon. Okay. So that means that the moon in Cancer is going to be in your 6th house of the work environment. And then the sun in Cappy, Venus, Pluto, all that stuff in Capricorn, Saturn is going to be in your 12th house, which is the house of like karma and letting go and like really reflecting on things and taking time out for yourself to like escape the world and just kind of really think about things and plan things out. And then we got Neptune in your 2nd house in Pisces, which is money and finances and self-worth. And then we've got an aspect to Mars and Jupiter in your 10th house of career. Woof, Aquariuses. So Aquarians, there could be some of you guys that maybe you've been low-key, not really working for a while for whatever your personal reasons are. And maybe with this full moon, you decide to go back to work. You get a new job. And excuse me, here I go losing my voice. But Aquarius, could be you guys deciding to get a job, finally, like go back to work. You like, oh, I can do this now, you know? And maybe it's something that actually pays pretty well. But also you may want to negotiate the pay, make sure everything is clear when it comes to the pay, because Neptune in the 2nd house can make things regarding like how much you get paid a little cloudy, a little fuzzy. All right. And also we have the aspect to Jupiter and Mars in your 10th house. This is the career house. So Aquarians, you guys should be getting those opportunities popping off, okay? Jupiter is going to be there, entered there in October of this year. Will enter, October of 2017. Will be there till November of 2018. So Jupiter brings greater opportunities. Mars is action. You just want to jump and fly towards those opportunities right now and take action towards them. So this full moon may make you, actually, some of you Aquarians may want to leave a job. A full moon is one of those I can't take that ish anymore type of events. It's a full moon because it's so freaking intense, man. And like I said, this is in Cancer. It's water. It's very emotionally fueled. So make sure you're not making, and Aquarians, I know this may be silly for me to tell aliens not to cry or be like uber emotional, but you guys have all these emotional houses hit up. Okay. So, okay, hold on. What? Yeah. Hannah, go ahead and email me, girlfriend. Email me or send me a private message on Instagram or Facebook regarding that. Anyhow, for Aquarius, yeah, you guys have all these, like, you guys have emotional energies like lit up a little bit, you know. Well, not really. It's more like the money and all that stuff, but this energy in the air is a lot of feminine energy. It's Cancer, it's Neptune and Pisces, it's earthy energy, it's water. So it is emotional. So it may bring some emotional stuff out of you guys. Excuse me, for Aquarians. So yeah, you guys are normally pretty rational. Just make sure you're tapping into that rationality while still allowing yourselves to be inspired and tap into your intuition when making decisions about your career and whether or not you really want to go for this opportunity. Is it good for you? Is it like just a hot thing for the moment that you want to do, but it's not really going to transpire and grow into something, you know? That could be like long-term when it comes to work and career and making money. That's just for you to decide, Aquarius. But whatever you do, you know, just make sure you realize that this is like, wow, this year is huge, like for stuff like that, for growing, for cultivating. And it's for you guys, like I said, it's that career, it's that money, that shmoney. I am old, so I feel weird saying that stuff, but whatever. I have a young heart, young spirit, so I'll get with the times and say shmoney, all right? So it's about that for you guys, Aquarius. But yeah, some of you guys, if you do have a layoff or something with the full moon in your 6th house, just know there's greater opportunity for you. When one door shuts, another one opens. You know what I mean? So you'll be all right. You'll be all right, Aquarius. But yes, changing jobs, changing career, changing directions, something that resonates more with you and your true self and what you really want to do. But make sure it's still paying you your worth and all of that. All right. So next up is Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. How is the full moon in Cancer affecting you guys? Well, this actually, let me take a drink before I get further into it, before I lose my voice completely. But Pisces, this is in your 5th house, which is actually gorgeous energy. It's creative energy, and Pisces, we're already creative people anyway, so it's going to be more creativity. Hold on a sec, Pisces. Sorry. All right, so Latisse said, I'm a Gemini with a Cap ascendant and a Pisces moon. Yes, hello, fellow Pisces moon. Hello. Yes. All right, did I already go over Cancer? Yes, I did, Anasazi. You'll have to watch the replay, go back a little bit or whatever, and you'll hear the Cancer horoscope. So Pisces, the full moon is in our 5th house. Pisces, you guys will be uber fertile during this time, so watch yourself. Don't get too twisted on that New Year's, okay? New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, because you guys may, you know what I'm saying? Yes, 11/11 portal opened, definitely, because of the 11 degrees of Cancer, Capricorn, and Neptune in Pisces. And then also, because this is 1/1, January 1st, that's 11 too. And then when you add up the year, it's 2018, it adds up to 11. But then you break down 11, 1 + 1, that equals 2. That's Cancer and moon energy. And we have a full moon in Cancer. So yes, to answer your question, I went over that at the beginning if you missed it. But yes, portal is open, very intuitive energy, intuitive and inspiring energy. So for Pisces people, this is a good time to release a creative project. There are your social houses lit up right now too, because we have the moon in Cancer in your 5th house. We have all this Cappy stuff popping off in your 11th house of the internet. social media and all that. And then we also have, let's see what also is going on. We have the Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio in the 9th house for Pisces people. So that's like travel and inspiration and just like going after what you want to do, what you like. Adventure. It's adventure. It's your sense of optimism and like beliefs in, you know, the fact that there's going to be, every little thing's going to be all right. That's the 9th house pretty much. Yeah, and then we have Neptune in your sign, Pisces, in our sign in the 1st house. So this is like fiery energy, inspiring energy with a twist of social energy. So Pisces, great time if you're a creative Pisces, which most of us are. You want to release a creative project to the public. Yes, Pisces. I was going to say yes, girl, but it's not all girls that watch me. Yes, honey. Yes, my Pisces people. Release that project. It will be dope. You may have a good response. Also, this is a good time for, even if it's not releasing a project to the public, going out and doing fun stuff with your friends. OMG, I've been dying to do that as a Pisces moon. Oh my goodness. Like, and I got invited out on the 29th to celebrate a homegirl's birthday. And I'm like, yo, I haven't been a social person around other humans like for a hot minute. And like, this is a time, Pisces, for us to have some fun. We had Saturn in the 10th house of career and work and all that stuff for 2 years. Okay. So we had people on us making the, like, acting as like drill sergeants, you know, ordering us around, making us do all this hard work and stuff. Listen, now Saturn is out of that part of our charts, and now relax, have some fun, get out, do something that makes your heart glow and shine. Oh my gosh, like go dancing, Pisces. Lots of Pisces, not 100%, but lots of Pisces are really in tune with music and dance and all that stuff. Go do some artsy stuff. Man, just it's a really good time to just get back in tune with any type of creative thing that you may have let go of or not had the time to do for a long time, Pisces, and now is a time to just tap back into it. And with the aspect to Neptune in our sign, like I said, that's inspiration, like divine creativity. It just comes from, it comes from Neptune, but we will say for people who don't understand the planets that it comes from just out of nowhere. It comes in from just a divine source, right? And you know what's funny is that just made me think about the fact that I'm a Pisces moon and one of my sons is a Pisces rising, and we both DJ, but we haven't really been actively DJing for a minute. And we've been talking about it the last few days, like getting back on it and DJing again, because we both love it. Like we love music. We love the whole thing, mixing and all that stuff so much. And the 5th house, it rules hobbies. So any type of creative hobby that you've never done before, that you like maybe have stopped doing because of work or life circumstances, get back into it, Pisces. This is a really good time. So even if it's just for you, it's not necessarily for the public, you know, or just do creative stuff, do fun stuff with friends. It's opening your life back up to that. But like I said, some of y'all will be fertile. I'm crossing my, I'm not, no bang bang boogie for me. Okay. On New Year's Day. No more children for me. Elise says, should I reunite with high school friends? Pisces sun. Yes, because you know what? Mercury will still be in shadow period. So that's still kind of like the retrograde ending, but there's still some of it hanging around. You know what I mean? So you're still going to have that energy of people from the past, like you, either you wanting to contact them or them wanting to contact you. So yeah, if it's good, some high school people you reunite with, I have some stories about that. It's not always a good thing, but if it's a good thing, if it's people you actually want to connect again with, yes, because of that aspect to planets in your 11th house, Sun and Venus and stuff there. Yes, there's good planets there. So it could be a good time to reunite with high school friends. Yes, indeed, Elise. There was one time when I used to work at a bar, and I've told you guys I've worked at several different jobs. I used to work in a bar, and it was right across the street from my old high school, right? And I was working there like not too long after high school. OMG, there was some dude that was like so super fine in high school. I'm talking about, this was back in the day when dudes wore like the lokes. They dressed a little bit more like G'd up, you know. He had like a long tail in I don't know. His clothes were always ironed. Like he looked so good, right? And he would always be so snobby. Like him and his crew thought they were so fine. They would walk around like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I had a locker next to this dude in high school. And I was like, you know, always trying to give him the eye, like, yo, what's up? You know, but I looked like I was 10 when I was in high school. So he wasn't paying me no mind. And then when I worked at a bar right across the street from our old school, guess who was there? But I didn't recognize dude. And no disrespect, I don't body shame or anything, but he was pretty unrecognizable. Like he had really changed physically, like a lot. And I didn't recognize him. And he was like, you don't remember me, girl? And I'm like, no, like I really didn't. He had like gained a lot of weight. I really didn't know who he was. And he didn't have the lokes on anymore. But anyway, he was like mad rude. Like he was like, oh, you don't remember me from school? Like we went to school. I was like, oh yeah, what's up? And he was like, hey, so like, are you wearing a thong or what? And I'm like, excuse you? What kind of question is that to ask a lady? Hey, remember me from school? What kind of drawers do you have on? Like, no. And I started going off on him. And then his homeboy stepped in, kind of, you know, peacefully broke things apart. But that was a horrible high school reuniting with people from high school. I was like, no, that's what he gets. Like he used to be so fine. Now he's just rude and like, I was like bon quickly, rude. Yeah. But I was just like, and then I remembered him. I told him, I was like, I used to have a locker right by you. You don't remember me? And he was just like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, of course not. You thought you were so fine back in the days. Look at you now. Look at you now. Anyway, that's my high school reunion story, one of many. But yes, Elise, to answer your question, if it's nothing like that, if it's people you really want to reunite with, yes, do it. This is a really good time to do that. If you're going to get out and do some fun things with some good people, definitely do so. But yeah, that was it for Pisces. And that was it. Yes, I know. Ew, right? Oh, nasty. Who asks people questions like that? Trust me, working in a bar, I was a waitress and it wasn't like a chichi bar or nothing. It was just a bar and grill. And dudes really acted like that place was like a script club, the way they treated us. It was horrible. Anyway, so that was it, guys. Don't forget to go back if you missed it and listen to any signs of yours, sun, moon, or rising that you missed. Don't forget to check out my Saturn and Capricorn general horoscope video. It's still up. Also, your Mars in Scorpio. Mars is still in Scorpio through January 2017. Mercury retrograde, you know, those horoscopes too. Go check them all out on my other live streams. And I do have some more stuff coming for you guys in January. I do have end of the year sales. I already have discounted readings on my website. He had Jupiter in the first house. Maybe he did. I don't know. But anyway, I do have other readings that are discounted and specials on my website, indigomoonastrology.com. Okay, check the I button and check the link below to go check that out. And so, yeah, I'd be glad to give you guys a personal reading for a more personal perspective on how this year will go for you, how anything will go. Just hit me up for personalized readings. I really do put a lot into them. And as I always say, I don't do computerized reports that I just shoot off to you that a computer. No, this is me. This is going intuitively through your chart, feeling it out, giving you my perspective and my insights. So if you guys would like any of that, hit me up for a reading and we will chat and everything. So that's it. Look out for my end of the year sales coming in the next couple of days. Some things will be like super discounted. Okay. And I wish you guys the best of luck and Happy New Year. Merry New Year. Oh, I know I'm a nerd, but I wish you guys the best of luck. A prosperous and blessed new year, a number 2 year. Remember the Cancer energy, the divine feminine. Tap into it, grow, cultivate, manifest, and all of that good stuff. So I'll see you guys in my next broadcast or recorded video, whichever one I do first. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night. Have a good week and weekend and all that good stuff. All right. Take care, guys. Peace out. See you next time. All right. Bye.